Aliens, the lost city of Atlantis, Bigfoot, they are some of the most timeless mysteries in the world. But now they may have finally met their match. Zachary Quinto leads the hunt for answers in History Channel's In Search Of. And in tonight's episode, he explores the monsters of the deep. Take a look.
The creatures I'm looking for are masters at blending in with their environment, and will see you long before you will see them. It's nearly impossible to know where the dangers are. At any moment, something you don't see can lunge out and attack you. I'm in shallow water here, at depths of almost 50 feet. But even here, lethal creatures can hide.
Zach, good morning.
Good morning.
You were in there? You went down there?
I went down, yeah. I learned how to scuba dive for this show. And I'm not a big ocean person, so that's kind of major for
Okay,
me.
now you've always had a curious mind. You've always been interested in these kind of things. Was that sort of why you took this project on in the first place?
I was really, of course, the original series is so associated with Leonard Nimoy, my dear departed friend. And so when the opportunity was presented to me, I was really excited about diving in, so to speak. But I wanted to make sure that he was in the studio in a kind of, and I wanted to be on the ground.
You wanted to get in it. So where'd you go? What kind of places?
We were in Australia, Greece, Italy, the UK, Morocco, and we were all over the world. I learned how to scuba dive. I went skydiving. I mean, it was a real adventure for me. And then I get to bring the audience along and explore all these incredible different mysteries.
Some of these mysteries, stuff like there are a lot of people who believe in aliens, who believe they've actually seen that, or they believe in time travel.
Yeah.
So you go out there. Do you actually talk to folks?
I do. And I learned a lot about journalistic objectivity.
Did you?
Just sort of like listening to people's stories, and sometimes they're really far-fetched. And my job was to give them a platform to tell their stories and not to lay my own beliefs or judgments on top of them.
So a lot of times you will hear someone say, I saw an alien or whatever, but do you guys look for solid proof? Is the History Channel's thing about science?
Well, the show is really a convergence between science and the human experience.
Okay.
So we present each topic from both perspectives. So we talk to experts, we talk to scientists, and then we talk to regular people who've had experiences in whatever the search is in that particular episode.
So when someone talks about time travel or aliens, did you meet them and go, you know what, actually maybe that's
Well, the aliens, we interviewed 3 people who claimed to have been abducted by aliens or have had alien encounters. None of them had met each other or known anything about each other, and the similarities between their stories were shocking.
What do you mean?
I mean, just the first time they were visited as children, and then years of dormancy, and then they started happening again, and then the physical experience that they had of being abducted. I mean, I left with a more open mind, but nothing presented concrete evidence, and I really learned about myself that I need proof.
Okay, you need proof.
So I leaned more toward the scientific side of things, I would say.
You got a couple of other projects cooking. What about Star Trek, the new one that's coming out, or is it that you're
we're waiting to find out what's happening with it. I mean, they're working on a script right now. They brought a director on board who's an incredible woman that I've been fortunate enough to work with before.
Is that the first time a woman's ever directed?
Yeah, S.J. Clarkson.
Wow.
And then we're just waiting for the logistics of it as things happen. So we'll see. Hopefully.
You play a good Spock.
Thanks.
So you and Leonard Nimoy were friends?
Very good friends.
Really?
Yeah, we're very close for the last decade of his life after I met him.
So he got to see you play the part too?
He did, yeah.
And what did he ever say?
The role opposite one another in a time jump. He was incredibly supportive always, and I never would have imagined that our connection would be so strong personally. It was such a creative bond, but then he really became a dear friend.
And congrats, you got your last run on Boys in the Band on Broadway.
11 more shows.
That's it?
It's crazy. It feels like we were just here yesterday talking about the beginning of the experience. Now it's coming to an end.
Got anything else in the hopper coming up?
Yeah, some other thing. I'm going to take a trip first, get out of town,
you need a break,
and take a little break.
It's too much.
But I'm excited about everything that lies ahead.
Okay, well, I'm sure you'll be back talking about that stuff.
It's always good to see you.
Zachary, thanks for coming to see us. What did you say? I said Zachary. I did.
The name change to Jack.
Roll the tape. Roll the tape.
What? Thank you, Zachary. You can catch In Search Of tonight at 10, 9 Central on History. We're back in a moment. But first, this is Today on NBC. I did say Zachary.
You did this time.
See, this time.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here. to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.